Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Go, go, 4 down, 4 down.
Check.
On first down, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
A gain of 12 yards. And that's good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Run left.
Even. 4 down.
12.
Switch it. Go. Check 13.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Pretty good start there on plays 1 and 2.
And not discriminating at all, is he? Make sure he's spreading it around on the first 2 throws of the game. 2 different parts of the field as well.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson gets it off to Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Airing it out for Olsen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On third down, Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one. I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I would have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means you're off.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
91, 61, Max Fox, right, step.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here.
And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. I think you'd have to say this crowd here in Seattle, this 12th man had something to do with that.
As well as the architect of this stadium. Combined with this crowd noise, makes it very difficult to run offense. And here, 2 points result for the defense.
It is deafening in here. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, exit. Go.
Throwing Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Saquon Barkley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. You pick up another first down with that run.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Play action. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
I'll go special. I'll go special. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Check 52, slam. Go.
On second down, it's Freeman. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 19. Check. Hey, 0.
Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
12. 14. Got it. Gun.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Go. Friday.
Here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
Left.
On third down, Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
56. Switch up. Bang.
Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's got Lockett. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
It wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Check. Run left. Be ready.
Wilson will throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. Wilson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Giants. From end zone to end zone, it's a 106-yard return as his guys continue to pour it on.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It's caught. Blocked it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Touch 50, touch 50.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
Check out, read. Shit.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. To throw again is Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he is all the way up past the 25. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. This is Barkley. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Defense, let's go.
Get it. Now Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
That's the way. Hey, 0-0-0. Echo.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Wilson being chased out left. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Check 31, check 31. Good guys, 4 down, 4 down.
On 3rd down, Freeman. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Check 25, check 25. Kill. One left.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
One left. SOS. Hey, 0. Watch the twist. Check 37. No. Off. Hey, guys, listen. Gun.
Wilson going to throw again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Myers connects on the PAT. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, good for a giant first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing again. Jones. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, the catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Another try for Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
One left.
On first down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Wilson dancing to his left. There goes it, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Barkley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Jones. Looking for Shepard deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And able to find a little space, he gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Now Wilson on first down. He goes underneath to Freeman. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and 5. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
On first down, it's Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
Dorsett's got it. 22 yards there, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson throwing again. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go now. 30 base. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Move.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for the Giants, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire